Hi guys, welcome to this live session on Salesforce certification for admin and developer for 2021. So in this session we'll discuss about the profile for a Salesforce admin and a developer, and we'll discuss about the certifications for these profiles. So before moving ahead with this session, do subscribe to Intellipaat's YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss out on our upcoming updates. So without any further delay, let us move on to the agenda of this session. Now we will start off our discussion by having an introduction to Salesforce as a CRM, where we'll try to understand what actually is a CRM and how Salesforce helps companies to manage their business. Then we'll directly move on to the Salesforce Administrator profile and its certification detail. After that, we'll look into Salesforce Developer, job role, skills and its certification. And then we'll look into career opportunities for a Salesforce Administrator and Developer. And then we'll see how much salary a Salesforce professional earns. And then finally, I'll tell you about the learning resources that you can follow in order to learn and acquire the skills that are required to become a Salesforce professional and get a good job in the industry. Now, starting with the first agenda point, so introduction to Salesforce as a CRM. So first, you should know what is a CRM. So a CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and it is a tool, or you can say it is an approach to manage a company's interaction with the current and potential customers, then also manage employees and customers' data and maintain a decent customer service. So a CRM actually helps to manage customers' data, build customer relationship through various methods, and it helps in employee management. So we can set different roles and hierarchies, and we can assign various profiles that have different types of accessibility for the organization's data, and that actually secures the data of the organization so that everybody cannot have access to specific data that is crucial for the organization. Also, CRM actually helps to maintain a decent customer service by automating the various processes that are important when it comes to resolving customers' query. So these all things are all managed by a CRM. Now there are different types of CRM. So there is strategic CRM, operational CRM, analytical CRM and collaborative CRM. So I'll just give a quick introduction to each one of them. So starting with strategic CRM, so it is a type of CRM, or you can say a tool in which the business puts the customers first, and it collects, segregates and applies information about customers and market trends to come up with better value proposition for the customers. So here actually the business considers the customer's voice important for its survival, and in contrast to product centric CRM that many of the companies or product based companies uses, where the business assumes customer requirements and focuses on developing the product that may sometimes actually leads to generate more revenue. So in strategic CRM, the business constantly keeps learning about the customer requirements, and they adapt to them, and they actually build products according to the customer's needs and requirements. Now the next one is operational CRM. So it is oriented towards customer centric business processes such as marketing, selling and services, and it includes various types of automation also, like sales automation, marketing automation, service automation. So Salesforce is a type of operational CRM, and also Salesforce provides various types of automations for sales, for marketing and for service that actually helps businesses to automate their redundant tasks so that manual errors are reduced and all the business processes are optimized. So it is best suitable CRM for large established businesses. So the next one is analytical type of CRM. Now coming to analytical CRM, it is actually based on capturing data, then interpreting it and also segregating and then after storing, modifying, processing and reporting all the customer related data that is available. And it also contains internal business wide data such as sales data, finance data, market data. So in sales data, it may be the data about products, its volume, purchasing history of the customer. And in finance data, it can be purchase history, credit score, and marketing data can be response to campaign figures, a customer loyalty schemes data. So all the organizations or the business who uses business intelligence for their business, so these type of organizations that provides actually customers demographics and lifestyle data over a large area, they pay a lot of attention to internal data to get more detailed information, such as what are the most valuable customers, who are the most valuable customers, which customers responds positively to their campaigns and then converts to sales, and similarly many other things. So analytical CRM can set different selling approaches to different customer segments, and also different content and styling can be offered to different customer segments. So for the customers, analytical CRM actually gives customized and timely solutions to the problem, and for most of the businesses it gives more prospects for sales and customer acquisition as well as retention of the customers. After that comes the collaborative type of CRM, and that is an alignment of resources and strategies between separate, or you can say the different businesses, to actually identify, then acquire and develop various strategies, retain customers and maintain valuable customers. So it is employed in B2B scenarios where multiple businesses can conduct product development, market research, and also the marketing of the product in a combined way. So collaborative CRM enables smooth communication and transactions among businesses. Now this was all about the type of CRM that we have. Now we'll look into Salesforce as a CRM. So Salesforce is a company that provides CRM services, that is customer relationship management services, and it provides various types of automation that we already saw in the types of CRM that we looked around. So it provides customer service, it provides analytics of the customers data, or you can say the markets data, or if the company is having leads, and it can actually show the potential leads, also the analytics on the revenue generated through potential leads, and it provides application development features, so you can develop the application as per your business processes and you can actually customize the application according to your use. Then it provides various types of automation, sales automation, automation for marketing, automation for services, so you can set various workflows, various process, you can automate various processes, and actually it reduces manual errors. Then it provides Commerce Cloud services. Now, just to tell you about Commerce Cloud, with the usage of Commerce Cloud using Salesforce, retailers can actually manage and share product information and as well as the content and various data across categories or catalogs and the sites with their respective team members, and it enables you to connect customers with the right product, assortment, price, offer and content at the right time to actually maximize conversion rates and increase average order value. So this is how Salesforce help businesses a lot. Now further, let us move on to the core objective of this session. So I'll tell you about who is a Salesforce administrator and its related details along with the certification details. So starting off with the definition of Salesforce administrator. So Salesforce administrators are actually the gatekeepers of their employers' sales and marketing data. So a Salesforce administrator not only manages employers' sales and marketing data, but it also handles new users and all the employees and the customers of the organization. Suppose if a new employee arrives in the company, so it is the task of Salesforce administrator to create a new user profile and after that assign that employee or assign the profile to the user, which is actually employee. Then also monitor access level for that employee or the user, then import new leads and contacts, then run duplication rules, then check for updates from salesforce.com and manage users, customers and employees. So these are the tasks of the administrator who is working for the organization that is employing or that is using Salesforce for its business purposes. So a Salesforce administrators helps those businesses or organizations to actually manage all their sales and marketing data as well as employees and customers. So also a Salesforce administrator actually sets various automation processes, workflows and manages companies information such as the currency, to set the currency, to set the time, to set the date for the lead that has been generated or for the opportunity, and also to manage chatter groups that are actually called social media of Salesforce, that actually helps to interact with the customers as well as the team members, and also to resolve queries of the potential customers who are added in the chatter group. So these are the tasks of the Salesforce Administrator. Now let us move on to the skills of a Salesforce Administrator. So starting with the demands of industry. So as you go for any interview or as you apply for the profile of Salesforce Administrator, so these are the demands of the company. So first, you should have thorough knowledge of Salesforce platform. So this is one of the basic requirement and most essential requirement, you can say, because without the knowledge of Salesforce platform, you or the Salesforce admin would not be able to perform various tasks or manage employees, sales data, marketing data, as well as the customers. So they should have the entire knowledge of the Salesforce platform, whether the company is using Salesforce Classic or Lightning. So most of the companies nowadays uses Lightning because it provides a better UI. So they should have a thorough knowledge of Lightning, and they should have a basic knowledge of Classic as well, because some of the tasks might require admin to switch into Salesforce Classic. So this is one of the major requirements. Then comes experience of real-time implementation. So a Salesforce administrator should have knowledge of working in Salesforce platform for managing various business processes of enterprise and for managing customers, employees, data, as well as leads, opportunities, and they actually have worked on the project for a company. So they should have experience of real-time implementation. Apart from that, they should have knowledge of working of a business. So working for a business and working of a business, so these are two different sentences that you need to understand. So the sentence or the demand that requires knowledge of working of a business, so they should have insight for the organization that they are working, so how their business processes, how their business works, and it actually consists of the mechanism of the business. Also it includes their or the business or the company's potential customers and how they work for them, how they prepare project, how they build project, and who are their potential clients, how they handle them. So they should have knowledge of working of a business. And then comes manage employees using Salesforce. So this is one of the core knowledge or the skill that is required to have in a Salesforce administrator, to manage employees using Salesforce, to manage profiles, to set the access level for the data so that the data integrity of the organization is maintained. Then create and customize Salesforce application is also one of the skills. So further, if a company has built their application, their own application, and they are using various types of application in Salesforce itself, because it provides various types of applications such as marketing applications, sales applications. So they should know how to create and how to customize those applications as per the requirement of the company. And then they should be certified candidate. So they should clear Salesforce certification exam, or you can say the Salesforce administrator exam, then only they can get job. Or if you are not having a certification in Salesforce, then it would be a very difficult job, it would be a difficult task to get a job in the industry. Therefore, you should be a certified candidate in order to get the job as a Salesforce administrator. So you should be certified. So therefore, now we'll move on to the details. We'll look into the details of Salesforce admin certification. Now starting off with marks distribution for administrator. So here are the topics that are listed here with the percentage of weightage in the certification exam. So we'll understand the marks distribution first, we'll look into that, and then we'll move on to the further certification details about how many questions are asked, the certification fees and all. So starting off with organization setup, so it has the second least weightage, that is 3%, and where you have to look around and you have to have knowledge of setting up an organization, such as setting up the details and the relevant information that is required for the organization. And after that, user setup, so how many employees are there, so creating profiles for them, so that is covered in user setup, and that has 7% of weightage. Then comes security and access. So this is one of the most important part of the Salesforce admin certification, that consists of 13% of weightage. As well as when we look around the data accessibility and security, so as a whole, looking into the company and looking into the business processes, so data security and accessibility to the data by the employees or the customers is one of the crucial tasks that we need to look around in order to maintain the data integrity. So this consists of 13% of weightage. Then comes standard and custom objects, that consists of 14% of weightage. So here you have to understand about the various types of objects. So some objects are provided by Salesforce that are called standard objects, and some are the custom objects that we create according to the business requirement. So here you need to understand about them and create it according to the use, and again it has a 14% of weightage. Then comes sales and marketing application. Again it has 14% of weightage. So this is one of the most important aspect for any organization, that is sales and marketing. Then comes service and support applications, that again contains 13%. Then comes activity management and collaboration is second least, that is 3%. Then comes data management, how you manage the data. You have to learn how to manage the data, how to import and export the data. So it consists of 10% of weightage in the administrator certification exam. And after that comes analytics, which includes data analytics using reports and dashboards. And by using reports and dashboards, you can actually analyze the data and visualize the data of the organization, of the customers, of the employees. So this again contains 10%. Then workflow process automation. So this actually helps to automate the various business processes for employees as well as customers. So this has 8% of weightage. Then comes desktop and mobile administrator and app exchange, that contains 3% and 2% weightage. So from all these topics, the important topics, and like you have to have knowledge of, you should have knowledge of all these, but to focus on the certification exam and to clear the certification exam, the topics which are having higher weightage, that is 14%, 13%, 10% and 8%. So you have to focus on those topics more, and you need to implement and learn them and thoroughly understand those fields in order to clear the certification. Now let us move on to the details of Salesforce admin certification. So first, you must have a thorough knowledge of managing users' data and security, maintaining and customizing Sales Cloud and Service Cloud applications, as well as building reports, dashboards and workflows. So we already saw all these things. So you might have a question that what is the structure of Salesforce admin certification? So starting from number of questions, it has 60 MCQ to answer, and the time for completion that you get is 105 minutes, and the passing percentage is 65. That is, you have to solve 39 questions correctly out of the 60 questions that are provided, and the exam fees is $200. And if you fail to clear the certification exam in the first attempt, then the retake fees is $100. That means you have to pay $100 again to retake the certification exam. Now we are done with admin part. Now let us move on to the next part, which is who is a Salesforce developer. So Salesforce developers are actually professionals who manage and customize the technical side of an organization's Salesforce instance. So the task of a Salesforce developer is to develop the Salesforce application as per the client's organization specific requirement. So they actually, or Salesforce developers actually lead the testing and implementation of the software development efforts. That includes the coding part, the configuration part, as well as maintenance, installation, testing and debugging of the application for the company, as well as managing the timelines and producing technical documentation. So this is the job of a Salesforce developer. Now let us look at the job role of a Salesforce developer in detail. So here is the job role of Salesforce developer. So first, they analyze the user's requirement in order to understand and gather the requirements and analyze the requirements, so that they can actually make strategy and make plan for developing the application. Then according to the requirement of the client and all the analysis, after all the analysis of the requirement is done, they design the application as per the need. They make a structure so that the other team members and the developers who are working with the Salesforce developer can know what actually they are developing. And also they can set guidelines according to the design and the structure that they have made. After that comes the task of test and the development of the application. So they are having the responsibility for testing the quality of the application that they have built, and developing the application properly. After that, they also have the responsibility of customizing the application. So after the application is fully developed, if the clients want to customize anything and wants any changes in the application, then they are responsible for the customization of the application, and they actually use Visual Force to create the UI of the Salesforce application. So a Salesforce developer must have a thorough knowledge of how to use Visual Force to create UI for the application. Then designing Salesforce solutions is another part of the responsibility of a Salesforce developer. Then creating effective project plans, because there are various clients, there are various customers who are actually giving the requirements for developing the applications. So the business analyst, the and other professionals who are handling actually the front line of the business, so they collaborate with and they coordinate with the Salesforce developer for creating effective plans for building the application as per the client's requirement. So these are the job roles of a Salesforce developer. Now let us look onto the skills of a Salesforce developer. So data modeling, management and security, then platform development. So as we discussed that admin was having the task or the skills to use the Salesforce platform in order to manage the employees, clients and the marketing and the sales data, but a developer should have skills to develop that platform. And after that comes Salesforce app customization. So customization is one of the skills that a developer must have. Then they should have knowledge of Visual Force basics. Then you should have knowledge of Salesforce object query language, that is specifically used for all the data related tasks for the business or the organization to get the information for building any application or for fulfilling the user requirements. So that is why you should have knowledge about Salesforce object query language. And then comes Apex object oriented language, that is similar to Java programming language, and it is used to build applications on Salesforce. Then you should be proficient with HTML and JavaScript, as you have to build front end, or you can say the UI of the application, and HTML and JavaScript are the crucial components for building the user interface, or you can say the front end of the application. That is why you should have a thorough knowledge of HTML and JavaScript. Then comes Lightning framework. So you should have knowledge and a thorough knowledge about the Salesforce Lightning platform, how it works and how you can make best use of it for creating the application. So these are the skills of a Salesforce developer. Now let us look on to the Salesforce developer certification details. So first we'll start with the marks distribution for Salesforce developer certification exam. So here is the list of the various topics that are included in the certification exam. So starting off with the Salesforce fundamentals, it consists of 7% of weightage. Then comes data modeling and management, that consists of 13%. And after that comes logic and process automation, which has the highest weightage of 38%. So this is one of the most important area to cover, and you have to thoroughly understand and master this area of study that includes various types of process automations, workflow, process builder and various logic that you need to implement for fulfilling the requirements of the client in the application. So this you need to master. And then comes the testing part, which again consists of 7%, which is the least weightage in developer certification exam. After that comes the user interface part. So it has 25% of weightage, because it is the most the most crucial part, that you have to build the front end and the UI according to the client's requirement and specifically for targeting a business. And it consists of the second it is of the second highest weightage. So you should have a thorough knowledge to build the user interface for the Salesforce application for the client. And then comes debug and deployment tools. So after creating the application, after adding all the features and specification as per the user requirement, and also after performing the testing part, you need to debug and you need to use deployment tools to deploy that application. So that consists of 10% of weightage. So you can see the distribution of various topics. So you can focus on the major fields and the topics that you need to cover in order to clear the certification exam. Now let us move on to the Salesforce Developer certification details and the number of questions that are asked and other related details. So first I'll tell you about, like, you must have thorough knowledge of the platform development with proper data modeling, management and security techniques to implement for the application. And then comes Salesforce application customization using Lightning framework. So if a customer comes and tells you about the changes that they require in the applications, so you need to like, you are responsible and you should have a thorough knowledge of the customization of that application. And then comes Apex programming language, that is actually similar to Java programming language, and that is used to build Salesforce applications. And then you should have HTML and JavaScript in hand to develop the UI for the Salesforce application. Now coming to the number of questions that are asked, it is same as of the Salesforce admin exam. So it consists of 60 MCQ questions, and the time for completion that you get is 105 minutes, and the passing percentage is 65, and you have to solve 39 questions correctly out of 60 to clear the certification exam. And then the exam fees is again $200 and the retake fees is $100. That means if you fail to clear the certification exam for developer in the first attempt, then you can pay the retake fees of $100 to again go for the certification exam. So this is about the Salesforce developer certification details that you need to know before starting off or before starting learning and process in order to make your career in the field of Salesforce. Now further we'll look into the career opportunities and salary of a Salesforce administrator as well as developer, and you can say for Salesforce professionals. So starting with the career opportunities, so these are some of the facts. So more than 200 companies have already switched to Salesforce because it is one of the easiest thing that can help businesses to manage their business related tasks, as well as to provide customer service, to handle clients efficiently, or whether it could be automation related tasks. So companies generally like to use Salesforce, which is one of the top CRM tools. And then Salesforce job openings grew 50% annually over the last 5 years, and over the next 5 years 5 million jobs will be created in the field of Salesforce. And according to Forbes, there are 3.3 million jobs expected in the Salesforce ecosystem by 2022. So it is a huge number, and you can expect and you can upskill yourself to get a job because there are plethora of opportunities in the field of Salesforce, and you can have a bright career with a very good salary package in a multinational company. Also, according to IDC, it is the number one CRM system that leads the market with 19.7% share of the total market share. So by this you can understand how great is the impact of Salesforce in the world. Now coming to the salary part, so according to Glassdoor, Salesforce admins and developers earn an estimated $22,000 more than web developers or any other software professionals per year. Also, the average hourly rate amongst the freelancers listed with Salesforce is $85 per hour as per the freelancer map index. Also, this means that the Salesforce experts can earn around $648 per day, that is way higher than other professionals in the industry. So you can expect and you can assure that you will earn a much higher salary than other professionals in the industry if you make your career in the field of Salesforce. Now this is all about the salary and the jobs part for the Salesforce professional, especially about the admins and the developers. Now I'll tell you about the learning resources that you must follow in order to upskill yourself and in order to get trained as per the industry requirements for the Salesforce professionals. So we provide blogs and comprehensive tutorials on Salesforce for both admin as well as the developer and other related domains. So you can go to intellipaat.com/blog/ and you can check out our latest as well as the blogs which are prepared by our subject matter experts, and you can actually learn from them and acquire the knowledge related to Salesforce. Then you can go to Intellipaat's YouTube channel, and if you haven't subscribed it yet, then do subscribe to Intellipaat's YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss out on our upcoming updates. So you can check out our comprehensive tutorials prepared by the industry professionals to specially give you the knowledge about Salesforce. Now this was all about the Salesforce certification related to admin and for developer. So if this session was informative for you, do hit the like button, because this motivates us to do more such videos and bring more content for you. And also, if you want the PPTs for these sessions, do write your email IDs in the chat section so that we can reach out to you and we can provide you the PPTs. Further, in this session, my colleague who is an expert course advisor will be joining this session, and you can clear all your doubts and queries. So for the people who are watching out this session on YouTube, I'll put down the link below so you can join this session further that will be taken up by our course experts. So thank you and see you in the next one.